What if I told you the person with the job title team leader might not be the one actually leading the team? In fact, your most productive team member might be the one who never speaks in meetings. We often think of leadership as a position, someone calling the shots at the front. But in reality, true leadership and productivity often come from where we least expect it. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of team dynamics to uncover the real drivers behind success and how cultivating ownership and accountability can take your team from average to unstoppable. Discover the secret to getting things done in your team. In this video, we'll uncover who's really in charge of making progress and how you can empower them to drive results. Whether you're a team leader or a team member, learn how to identify and support the true drivers of success in your organization. One of the biggest misconceptions about leadership is that it's all about giving orders and making big decisions. That kind of top-down mindset creates bottlenecks. Everything waits for approval, and if the leader's out, progress stops. Worse yet, it alienates team members who start to feel like their input doesn't matter. This outdated approach doesn't reflect how high-performing teams actually work. Leadership isn't just about making decisions from the front. It's about empowering those around you to take ownership and contribute. When leaders trust their teams and share responsibility, they unlock the true potential of the group. In fact, research has shown that when team members feel like they have a say in the decision-making process and take ownership of their work, engagement and productivity increase significantly. It's no longer just about a leader giving orders and hoping for results. It's about building a collective culture of accountability, where each individual feels responsible for their contributions to the team's success. In reality, effective teams thrive on shared ownership. Sure, there's the formal leader, but often it's the informal influencers, the quiet doers, the go-to problem solvers who keep the wheels turning. When everyone on the team takes accountability for outcomes, progress accelerates. Studies show that teams with highly engaged members outperform their peers by up to 21% in profitability. That's not just leadership, it's distributed accountability in action. Think about it. When every team member is responsible for their part in the project, they are not only invested in the outcome, but they also take greater pride in the quality of their work. The results are more consistent, and when mistakes are made, they're addressed quickly. There's no need to wait for someone at the top to come in and save the day. Instead, you have a self-sustaining team that takes ownership and fixes problems together. True accountability doesn't come from a single person calling all the shots. It comes from empowering your team to take ownership of their tasks and results. Here's how you, as a leader or team member, can foster a culture of ownership and accountability. Set clear expectations. Everyone should understand their role, their objectives, and how their work connects to the larger goal. It's not just about knowing what you need to do, it's about understanding why you're doing it and how it impacts the team's success. By setting clear expectations, you make sure everyone knows what's required and why it matters. A well-informed team is an engaged team. Encourage open communication. Build a safe space for honest check-ins, status updates, and feedback loops. When team members feel heard and respected, they're more likely to take ownership of their work and outcomes. Provide tools and support. Whether it's training, software, or simple access to the right person, empower people to succeed. A leader's job isn't just to delegate tasks, it's to provide the resources and support needed for the team to thrive. For instance, if you want your team to take ownership of their projects, give them the tools to succeed. Whether that means access to better project management software, providing the necessary training, or simply being available to support team members in a pinch. Your role as a leader is to equip your team to perform. Recognize ownership publicly. Celebrate when team members step up, take initiative, and follow through. Recognizing efforts encourages others to take ownership of their own work and builds a culture of mutual respect. Public recognition of accountability fosters a sense of pride and encourages others to follow suit. For example, when someone takes accountability for fixing a problem or stepping up in a difficult situation, highlight their efforts during meetings or in your team communications. Not only does this reinforce the behavior, but it also reinforces the culture of accountability. Lead by example. Show accountability in your own behavior. Admit mistakes, keep promises, and model responsibility. When leaders set the standard, the team follows. Be the first to own up to mistakes and to fix them. Leadership isn't about perfection, it's about responsibility. Leaders who show they are willing to take accountability for their actions model that behavior for their teams. When leaders are transparent about their mistakes and hold themselves accountable, it creates an environment where the team feels comfortable doing the same. This openness builds trust and strengthens relationships within the team. So, what happens when a team operates with high ownership and accountability? The results speak for themselves. Faster execution. When everyone is responsible for their part, things move faster. There's no waiting for approvals or decisions. Instead, teams move quickly, making decisions on the fly, solving problems as they arise. Higher morale. When people know they're trusted to get things done, they feel empowered, which boosts their overall job satisfaction. Ownership gives team members a sense of autonomy, and with that comes motivation. When your team feels invested in the work they're doing, they will deliver exceptional results. Stronger trust. Accountability builds trust. Team members know they can rely on each other to get things done. They trust that everyone will deliver on their promises. And that trust creates a stronger bond within the team, increasing collaboration. Greater innovation. When people feel like they own the results, they bring creative solutions to the table, pushing the team and organization forward. Ownership makes individuals think outside the box because they know their input matters. People aren't just following a set of instructions, they're driving change. Empowering your team isn't just about giving them the tools. They need the trust and freedom to take ownership of their work. When people are trusted to lead in their own roles, they feel more invested in the team's success. The power of accountability lies in giving each person the space to make decisions, solve problems, and drive their own initiatives. A great leader doesn't need to control every move. Rather, they create an environment where team members can thrive independently. It's about trusting your team, providing the support they need, and stepping back to allow them to flourish. This autonomy fosters a sense of responsibility and empowerment, ensuring the team doesn't rely solely on one leader, but operates as a self-sustaining, high-performing unit. Empowerment, in turn, accelerates growth and leads to greater success. The most productive teams aren't powered by a single person. They're driven by a network of accountable, empowered individuals. Your job isn't to control everything, it's to unleash that network. Build a system where everyone knows what's expected, feels equipped to deliver, and takes pride in doing it well. That's what drives sustained performance. Not just one great leader, but a team full of people who lead from wherever they stand. As a leader, your success comes from fostering a culture of shared responsibility. The best teams don't wait for direction. They move forward with purpose, autonomy, and accountability. When leadership is shared across the team, it creates an environment of collective success. Everyone knows their role and is empowered to act in alignment with the team's goals. The most successful teams don't just wait for instructions. They drive their own success with trust and collaboration. Have you been part of a team where the real leaders weren't the ones with the title? Or maybe you've seen what true ownership looks like in action. Drop your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you're ready to take your leadership to the next level, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our next video. Next time, we'll be diving into how to build resilience when everything falls apart. You won't want to miss it.